Hi, Osmar. How are you doing? Can you hear me? Hi, Osmar. You have to unmute your mic. Can you hear me? Hey, can't hear you. You have to unmute your mic. Your mic is still muted. And it says I cannot unmute it because you have to unmute it.
Down here. I wasn't finding the control. It's below in the page. So I was looking at my image and trying to figure out where the mic was, but I found out over here.
Okay, cool, man. So first of all, thanks a lot for coming over and joining this as LinkedIn Live. We are trying to start this new series, which is why collaboration trumps competition. And you are the first guest for this series. What we will first of all ask you to briefly introduce Sintecsys, the company that you are representing, and also your role in the company.
Okay, thank you very much, Rudradeb, for the opportunity. It is great to participate in that endeavor and that collaboration initiative. Sintecsys is a Brazilian startup. We started 3 years ago with the road to tackle wildfires in forest plantations by developing an automatic fire break detection system that would auto support ground operations accuracy and efficiency. Because it's not only about detection, but it's about how you deal with the information and the accuracy. Well, I am the head of innovation, and my role is to support our company to explore new tech horizons, partnerships, approaches in order to bring value to the expected challenges we face concerning wildfires and the real needs of the planet in that matter. I guess it sums up.
Uh, awesome. And can you tell a brief more about like what are the challenges that you are facing with respect to particularly about the detection of the fires?
Yeah, I have noticed that in a few years, wildfires have been aggravated. So, with the aggravated scenery of extreme weather and the increasing aggressiveness of wildfires around the world associated with the diversity of forests, weather conditions, light, topography, temperature, and all kind of diverse peculiarities, we had to raise the bar to keep up with that diversity and to tackle the problem face to face. And at the moment, we were in a transition with our development team. At the same time, Omdena came. We had a brand new development team and in our in-house solution. But at that moment, you provided us with that your power, labor, and with the collaboration, a speed that we would take longer for us to increase. So we have to raise the bar of the technology because of weather conditions, but also because you have to improve. Always, we believe that we always get to be better.
And I presume that you one of particular focus was that you had a very high false positives, if I'm right, or false negatives. Which one was
Yeah,
it?
that was an issue concerning detection systems around the globe because when you think about what you want to detect, as long as it's subjected to false positives, you won't want to miss a thing. So we were detecting all kind of smokes, and for the first time in our collaboration endeavor, we got a high level of accuracy. So we are changing the game. Actually, we're changing the game of the marketing by adding that powerful AI motor in our software. So that composition of fast management, fast detection, and accuracy will improve the time and it will reduce losses. So that's our main goal, and it's new in the market. That kind of accuracy we have reached.
So let's move back, like, let's walk through the journey of like when first you get to know about Omdena, and we thought of like, we had a call and you said, okay, one of your key problem is the false positives. We can reduce it. Can we use machine learning in particular, in computer vision technologies? And then we kind of came to had a couple of calls, and what we were talking about was how do we scope the problem, right?
Uh-huh.
And if you could, if I remember that we defined the problem into two different kinds of things. One was a daytime, where our
Mhm.
goal was primarily to identify the smoke. And then one was a nighttime, where, of course, you cannot see the smokes. It was the fire, actually.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, so, and then we decided to actually focus on the smoke, right? So
Uh-huh.
the decision for you to go in the smoke direction and not at the night, the fire.
Well, most of the wildfires are human caused, and usually they are daytime fire outbreaks. Usually they don't happen at night. Our solution monitors night, but we also want to go dig into that, because I'm not detecting only smoke. I'm detecting. I used to say we detect fire outbreaks, be it a smoke, be it a different kind of light. Of course, there's always room to improvement, and for sure, because we choose day and the dawn and the early morning and the dawn of the sun, because those are the moments where fire breaks usually occur. So that was we want to tackle what is most important first. But of course, it's a 24/7 solution, so there's room for improvement at the night solution. It already detects, but as like we did at the daytime, we want to do at the nighttime. We want to improve it all the time.
Cool. I also want to remind people who are viewing it is that they can ask questions, they can post the questions, and I'll be happy to answer, or to Osmar, who would be happy to answer the questions.
Hmm.
So let's move ahead with the next thing about that. We scope the problem, and how does that work? Like, and you were part of of the Slack itself. You saw that. So
Hmm.
you can perhaps have seen that we broke down the task, the community. It was around 44, 45 people, I think, from over 20 countries. And this is a
Hmm.
common question that often people ask me is, um, why it's kind of, how does this thing work, and how do you make people from all over the world come together and do something? And I would like to know your, did you had reservations? Did you had doubts that how can this thing will work out?
Well, never really. The first time we spoke, as you showed me the process, and I met the team, the people from Ondima. I met Leo here in Brazil, Michael, even then Laura, and I just I have. It was a no-brainer decision for us to move with Ondina and see how you organize with the platforms you use as Labelbox, GitHub, and all the platforms. And it was for us, it wasn't a doubt for us that it would be efficient. We knew with who we were dealing, and we got a lot of confidence in the work of Ondima and with you. So I think the first milestone for us was trust. I trusted the process. I trusted your team. You showed us with such a clarity how it works. So it wasn't, oh, maybe, oh, we're in doubt. No, it never happened. We knew that we had a power to work together, and that's amazing, man, for us. It was amazing for us.
Cool. So let's go through the steps. So exactly what are the steps that were followed? So first of all, it's again, there is a method to all of that. It's although people coming together. So the first step, of course, is scoping the problem, which has been done between a call between you and Osman. I remember you, maybe Tiago, some more people from your team joined the call. So we defined the scope quite high, but basically still defined the scope that, okay, daytime identifying smoke, sorry. And we also identified what we want to achieve. If I remember, we wanted to achieve 90% plus accuracy. That was the kind of bar that we had set,
Hmm.
defined before we started. And
Yes.
then, of course, then the next step was identifying a data set. So, and here Sintecsys had, we had an advantage. unlike in many of the challenges, we will talk about it in the next series is how do we deal with incomplete or no data. But in this case, the problem was not data. Data, you guys had data. So if you could just quickly tell about where did you got the data and how you had access to that data.
Uh-huh. Sorry, you asked me how we get access to the data?
Yeah, how did you got the data exactly?
Yeah, the data was from us. We have this data from this 3 years of detection and reports. So our system keeps the information, keeps the images once it detects the smoke. So we have this wide data set, this wide data bank to access. And it was really helped a lot the process to increase the speed, and you guys could start working faster on the problem, on the labeling, instead of trying to find images, data sets, and that was a good start. I guess it pushed us fast forward us, I
Yeah,
guess.
so we the community actually came together and I did got 7,600 images
Uh-huh.
from the team, but they also had recordings. So one of our team member called Gary actually he wrote
Uh-huh.
an algorithm to extract images from the videos, and say
Mhm.
and at the same time it was avoiding generation of the images and the duplication of the images. So that was really cool. So we ended
Mhm.
up having quite a lot of images access to that. But of
Uh-huh.
course, just having an image is not enough, right? Like we need to the one of the things that we had faced some of the problems with some of the images were that we had to enhance the image. So I
Mhm.
remember one of the team member saw that maybe he wants to create a task to enhance the images.
Mhm.
Uh, and few of the things that this team looked at, they actually looked at removing the camera glares. Often when you're using a camera, there are some glares as you can see in one of the images here. And to remove that, they also worked on denoising, sharpening, upsampling, and in fact, use super resolution also to improve the quality. The results were mixed, but still, the team, one of the tasks actually said they want to work on this image enhancements, and they worked on it. And it was useful in some of the cases for the rest of the team who were actually working on the labeling, actually. So there was another task which was formed by the labelers because sometimes some of the images were not very clean, so that the labeling team was getting input from the image enhancement team of getting
Mhm.
them enhanced or high quality images. And here we have a partner with Labelbox actually, and just to give you an example of how we had original image, we used Labelbox, who is our partner, who have been extremely have given us access to their tool, which is I think an extremely great tool to use by collaborators. And there
Mhm.
were 20 people who were collaborating to actually tag on these images. And this is one of the images to show that. So that shows the power of community.
Yes.
And Usman, maybe you have seen that too while the labeling task was going on, that there was a group of people who were contributing to the task. And also they were asking perhaps questions to you or Tiago about doubts they had in the image. Am I right?
Uh-huh. Yes, sure. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. You just sum it up because when you're dealing with high demand environments with complex challenges, we need to integrate not only solution, but you got to integrate that it's a human problem. Human issues won't be solved by a lonely soul. It will be a tribe thing, and that's what I met at Ondima, a powerful tribe of talented AI data scientists around the world collaborating to solve a real problem. That's groundbreaking for me as a person, as a professional, and that was for me the because I'm not a coder or a programmer or a data scientist. I'm innovation. I am a curiosity officer, and I'm always searching and researching. And it's the first time that I bumped into such a initiative, and that for me was really groundbreaking. That power of collaboration for me was amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, thanks for that. And again, the collaboration really showed up both in the labeling task, the image enhancement, but it's also some of the other people who are more experienced were actually working on different models. So we actually were able to look at three different models: the MobileNet, semantic segmentation, where if I'm not really remember, but I think the semantic segmentation we used looked at perhaps the UNet and maybe Amax or CNN also, and also we
Mhm.
used a simple classification to classify. And these are some of the results from the classification. I think it's perhaps not visible, that it's quite a bit small, but we were able to very clearly classify smoke and non-smoke to a very good accuracy, because there was a group of people who were also looking at the same segmentation, and we were able to, if you can see, the segmentation was work done, but we finally saw that it was much better to use a classification model. That's what at the end was the requirement also. We were not required to use a segmentation. One of the thought process was that we can segment images and see how big is the smoke in that image.
Uh-huh.
That would give us some idea, okay, was it a big smoke or a small smoke? But ultimately, I know we didn't go to that route. We just used a simple classification.
Mhm.
Is there something that you want to add, Osmar, here?
Yes, sure.
Cool. So I think what we saw that at the end of the results, we were able to have recall between 95 to 97%, and false positive between 23%, which was not that close, but not that small, but still it was quite okay. Especially given the recall, we were able to reach to a very high situation.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very good start, given it was 2 months time, and the work that we did. And I would love to have you, Osmar, share your comments about these 2 months work. And I love the comment that you had. And I know you already mentioned that, but if you really have to effectively look at the work that we did in 2 months, according to you, it's like equivalent to something like 6 months of a traditional development.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Because you got power of labor. You got a lot of intelligent people that you selected, talented people that you selected, and that you can measure the value of bringing that to potentialize one pre-existent technology. We had this our detection, we had our, but of course, we got to be open-minded to join the effort of people from all over, because that's what makes us gives us strength to deal with a real aggravating problem, as I said before. Wildfires are getting worse. The weather is getting more and more extreme. So we got to raise the bar. We just can. As an innovation, the head of innovation, I am always looking at the future. How, which will be the next generation technologies to detect, or even one thing that is very important. We don't want the fire not even to start. In the future, we will reach a point of development that we will predict when fire will start, and fire won't start. That's in our minds, that's in our roadmap. We will build that. We know that it's a long road to get there, but that's where we are looking at. We don't want to be detecting fire outbreaks forever. So that's also part of our vision, of our purpose. We always want to evolve. We are testing our beta version of the version 2.0. It's amazing. We are very happy and excited, and soon we will be releasing to the market. There are a few clients already testing it, and it's where because what I say, we got a heart of AI that was empowered, and we got our software. Our software is to assist the management, is to assist operations, ground operations, because it doesn't matter. I can detect it in less than a minute. But if I don't have a truck, I don't know where's my fire brigade truck is. I don't know where is water. I don't know how to manage that. It can be the best detection in the world. But if I don't have the chain of action, it won't be for now. It will be for nothing. So I guess the power is unite our knowledge of management, knowing the areas, knowing the farms, knowing how it operates, and bringing a very accurate algorithm of detection that will compose the system. So I guess this is just the kickstart of our version 2.0. We are moving now to the Amazon forest with a pure environmental project. We have 4 biomes in Brazil that we protect. We protect an area close to the Amazon forest at Amapá. We protect the Brazilian savanna named Cerrado. We protect a unique biome that's called Caatinga in Brazil. It's like a strong arid ground, and we protect the Atlantic forest, the Mata Atlântica. We have, because all those agriculture lands and forests are close to reserves, are close to protection areas. But now we are moving to the Amazon with a project that I'm firsthand, I'm telling you, I don't know if I told you before, Rudradeb. It will be called You on Earth. You on Earth, you on Earth. You as one with the Earth and connected to the Earth. We have to connect. So that will be our role to reach our B2C initiative. We want the people to participate. We also bringing people to help us build towers in vulnerable areas. And also, we are working with the certification of our solution as a CO2 capture tool. As long as I'm reducing fire outbreaks and I'm reducing losses in an average of 90% in the last 3 years, we've been providing reductions, and that's got to be we got to bring that to the math. We are working with the academy, so we're going to have a scientific certification, so the companies, the people, everyone can use to reach CO2 rankings, to reach reduction of emissions. So we are very excited. We know by telling all that we Sintecsys and Ondima will have a lot of things to work together in the future concerning how social surroundings impact the fires. We got a lot of subjects to dig deeper and to see how we can progress in that mission of fire breaks won't even must not even start. So one of the mottos that I'm selling is, like I said before, complex challenges need integrated solutions, and not on solutions but people. So I guess that's the our milestone, was the perfect milestone we reached.
Cool. And I think thanks for that. Actually, giving the bigger vision and future. So, are you planning to also apply these in other parts of the world, like in the US? And we do hear about California. I had a call yesterday about this with someone in California, and they were thinking about fighting the forest fires. Are you planning to expand their technologies beyond Brazil?
Yeah, sure. It's as we have been speaking, it's a global problem. It's not only in Brazil, but as long as we are in a progress of delivering our version 2.0, starting a pure Amazon project, we got some homework to do. We got to take. I want. Okay, we need to protect California, Portugal, Greece. Even we got fires in Finland and Sweden. There's a lot of places on fire. We want to protect most of the land we want. But imagine if I get in Europe and someone asks me, "Oh, what are you doing to the Amazon forest?" "Oh, I'm going there." No, I got to protect my home. I got to deliver what we are creating and validate it in order to move to Europe or America, and it will be a different business model. It won't be like we operate here, because here we are a integrator. We deliver the software, we build the towers, we maintain the system, we do the full 360 delivery to our clients. But I don't believe we will work like that. I'm saying that, but I don't know. We just have to dig deeper and research, and we believe next year is the year we'll be ready to, to go out of Brazil and to reach. We've been called people, "Oh, come here, come to Portugal, come to Chile." I say, we go, just wait a little bit. We want to be a real mature solution in order to go to the world. We got to do our homework. We got to protect Brazil. And then when we're doing it well, that's happening this, we will close this circle this year. Yes, we are going everywhere in the world. People want us and call us, and we sure will go.
So thanks a lot for again sharing that vision, that where you guys want to go. And I think it was an incredible journey for us also to be part of working with you guys, solving this quite a massive problem that has affected a lot of people from Australia to US to Brazil, as also, as you said, in Europe. So I think yeah, I mean, this has been a great experience for me, for all the collaborators. I know everyone had learned a lot. and I look forward to continuing our collaboration going forward and solving this problem globally. And yeah, I think what I also learned from all of that is that we could actually build our solutions through a global collaboration and actually deliver to the world that maybe a lot of companies are not able to use or sorry, to build actually by themselves because they don't have the talent, in-house talent or things like that. So thanks a lot. Osmar, any final thoughts that you want to add before we end the call?
No, thank you very much. Also, it was a pleasure working with you, knowing the team, seeing the efforts and the dedication. Of course, there's a long road ahead of us for us to develop, to think. I guess we live in a moment where humanity is polarized. People are thinking, but it's amazing. I guess it's a gift when you are together to solve a common problem. It doesn't matter if you're right or left, but we are solving a problem that affects everyone, and that's how I think we as humanity will change this world by
Thanks a lot.
collaborating together.
Uh,
So that's it. Thank you very much for
Absolutely.
everyone listening to us, and if anything you need, you can find me at LinkedIn or even ask Rudradeb or everyone in Ondima. I'm at your service. Thank you very much, Rudradeb.
Thanks a lot. Absolutely. So thanks for listening, and we will continue this series ahead. And uh, the next conversation where we will focus on is solving a problem that we had no data with. In the case of Osmar, we had a data and we walked through the different steps and how this team collaborated. But in the next one, we'll actually look at the challenge where we solved using a collaboration, but almost we started with no data. So I hope you guys could join that too. And thanks a lot again, Osmar. Have a nice.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye
Bye.
bye. Nice weekend for you all. Bye bye.